diet in and of itself means temporary.
Yes.
So it's short term. If you're doing a diet, that's a 30-day quick fix. I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to get into my bathing suit or my 10-year reunion or going to a wedding, whatever the case may be. It's that temporary fix. So I need to lose this weight for me. And that's a good reason, but it's not the big why. That's not going to get you past the point of, I got to wake up at 6 a.m. and start exercising. I can hold on to that. So, but for you, as far as you start talking about your big why, and what Pastor Oscar said, I know y'all have probably seen the video, but he said, why did I lose so much weight? And what he said was, I'm thinking about my kids. My kids depend on me. So people that depend on us, whether it's our church brothers and sisters or all of them, our family members, our co-workers, whatever the case may be, we have a responsibility for that. Then you start looking at even a big why is this is our temple.
Right.
So this is our responsibility into being able to do the things that you were called out to do. Now you start talking, there's some meat on that, right? So now that's got some light. That's not a quick fix. I'm in it for the long run. This is a lifestyle for a lifetime. And what that doesn't mean we're never going to slip up and make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, right? On this earth. So we have to think, okay, what do I need to do? And you need to find your big why. So we start working, I can give you this. As far as we have enough of this. Again, this is apple good, Twinkie bad. So we have enough of this. But when you start thinking and really getting your big why here, and you change that switch clicks in your heart, especially not only in your mind, but in your heart, then those excuses, they're like, well, I don't feel like getting up in the morning. Lord, let's just do it tomorrow. I'm going to procrastinate. That doesn't fly. So that doesn't happen. So that gets you through. And for a deeper meaning, again, when your big why is big enough, the how is easy. I promise you, you'll figure out how to do it. It's out there. You'll figure out how to do it. And most importantly, feed this and feed this, you have to put action to it. So you have to put action to that knowledge. And when you can do that, I can guarantee you the results will happen. We all slip up, we all trip, but then it's getting up. There's plenty of cliches about that. Hey, you fall and get up. Michael Jordan, when he got kicked off or he didn't make the 9th grade basketball team.
Right.
He said, I read things all the time about him, how many free throws he missed versus how many he made, his shooting percentage. He always said, well, how bad I really was. We're looking at, right. But in his mind, as far as he was not anywhere near her. So, nutrition. Food by God versus food by man. That's nutrition 101. You can get that concept and then have your big why, and everything else will fall into place. You know what to do. So that's 2. We got neurological and then nutrition. Then number 3, these are a little bit easier and quicker. Number 3 is exercise. So again, these are forms of interference that prevent our body from expressing health to its full potential. So if we're a couch potato, that's going to be a form of interference. Our body is designed to move. Our body is not designed to sit and be inactive. So we have to be able to move. When we're not moving, you're not fueling, you're not healing, you're not oxygenating yourself. You're not creating lean body mass, which is muscle. You're creating more fat body mass, which is fat tissue. So we have to be able to move. So if we're not moving, that's a serious form of interference. So you have to get moving, no matter what it is. Whether it's walking, and I recommend you pick something that you like to do. Whether it's dancing, walking, running, swimming. If you don't like getting on the treadmill, I can't stand on getting there for 30 minutes. More than likely, you're not going to be doing that in 30 days because your mind's just saying, I just hate that thing. I hate that thing. Find something you like to do. If it's like playing a sport, if it's, who knows, square dancing, I don't know. Whatever, you have to get moving to make that happen. So, or any kind of dance, it doesn't matter what it is. So number 3 is movement. Number 4 is stress. So raise your hand if you've ever had stress.
Everybody should raise their hand.
So we all have stress in our lives. And stress, we can't get rid of stress. So don't try to do that. People are still going to be people. People are still going to cut us off in traffic. There's going to be things that happen to us that happen to us, right? But what determines if it's damaging to our body or not is our reaction to it. So if we have a negative reaction to that stress, then it's going to seriously affect our body. Stress is probably one of the most damaging, even worse than bad nutrition and lack of exercise. It's probably one of the most damaging things that we can have to our body, that can happen to our body. The reason being is that it produces different types of chemicals and hormones when we have a stress reaction. It fatigues our adrenal glands, they just start to burn out, and it causes this hormonal cascade, where one hormone affects two hormones, those two affect four, those four affect eight, and it's just a train wreck of problems when you have this stress level that is constantly up here. So what do you do about it? The main thing you want to do is get in places like this. Prayer is a huge thing. I talk about this on the radio as far as how prayer heals, how it releases stress. People that sing gospel, people that listen to Christian radio, it's been proven that stress levels are dramatically, happiness is drastically higher than people that don't do those things.
Yes.
So that's strategy number one. And number two, you have to start really recognize when you're doing this. This is really the first step. That if you have these negative reactions, you have to have that internal dialogue in your head, like, okay, Dean, what just happened there? What are you doing? Person cuts you off in traffic. I mean, yeah, they're in a hurry. Who knows what? Maybe they're going to the hospital. They're pregnant. Who knows what's going on? So you just can't carry that. And where it becomes damaging is when you carry that, and that you go to work and like, gosh, do you believe this? And they cut me off the traffic. You believe that? And it's just like, and you go on and on and on. Now, what am I doing to Oscar? And it's like, I'm stressed out. He's stressed out. You're almost killed. Huh? You believe that? Did you? You believe what happened to Dean? It's just like, no, you've got to let those things go. So we have minor things like that, and there's also major stresses in life. There's death. And there's bankruptcy. There's other major things that, it's just not quite that easy. But through prayer, through, what I call the spiritual triathlon. So you can do this for 15 minutes in the morning, you can do it for 3 hours, whatever you want to do. But the spiritual triathlon is get in the Word for 5 minutes, the Bible, quiet time for 5 minutes, and then prayer time for 5 minutes.
Very good.
I guarantee you that will set your day up. And when my coworkers Oscar, he's going to appreciate that as well.
Now, could you repeat that again?
I'm going to be a different person.
Repeat what you said again, so it ain't just coming from me. What about the three things?
So the three things, if you can start your day, and I recommend doing this in the morning so you can start your day, and your day will be reflected. Like you said, our actions are what comes from us. The product is going to be changed if we can do 5 minutes of Bible time in the Word, 5 minutes of quiet time. You ever try to sit 5 minutes just by yourself and really focus on different things? You have to visualize what you want your day to be. This sounds, it sounds a little hokey or corny, and I didn't used to do it. I just started doing this past couple of years, but it's almost a little strange how it happens. But when you start to visualize of what you want your day, what you want to get from your day, if you're just trying to get through your day, that's a problem. You want to get from your day. So you start to visualize what is going to happen through your day. What do you expect? What's your perfect day look like? And you're going to send out that energy, and that prayer will be answered. So Bible time, 5 minutes, quiet time, 5 minutes, and then prayer time, 5 minutes. It will change your day, and I'll guarantee you, your reaction to those stresses, somebody cutting you off in traffic, or somebody being mean at work, or who knows, it will be totally different. Like, what's number one? How disconnects you left? So neurological. What's number two? Nutrition. Good. So food by God, food by man. Make sure you're making the right choices. Number three? Exercise. Get off the couch. That's what it said. What's the last one? Or what's the fourth one? I thought you were one to answer. Stress. So stress. You're right. So read the Bible and get your spiritual triathlon there. So stress is the fourth one. The fifth one is pretty easy. Well, it's not that easy, really, but the fifth one is toxicity. The thing about toxicity, we're all toxic, by the way. So we're all, in this day and age, there's never been more toxins. What I'm talking about with toxins is anything you put into your body or onto your body. Things we're exposed to. So we're exposed to things right now. In this building, we're exposed to things in our car, in our homes. Our indoor environment is much more toxic than our outdoor environment. just from the furniture, to the carpets, the air we breathe, and things like this. And there's certain things we just can't do wrong about. It's just the way that it is. And luckily, we do have a good design. Our body knows how to detoxify. We have a liver, we have kidneys, we have skin, and sweating is a way to detoxify. We have the gastrointestinal system that knows the good from the bad. So we know how to detoxify. But what you have to do is decrease that toxic load so it doesn't start to overfill us. So looking at, again, goes back to food by God versus food by man. We're continually eating food by man, fast foods and Twinkies and just things filled with artificial colorings. It's going to catch up to us. Our body can only do so much. So we have to be able to empty those buckets, those 70 trillion cells, all those cells fill with toxins, and when it reaches that tipping point, you get sick. So, things you put on your body, things like lotions to makeups for women to perfumes and colognes, things like that, things we clean our house with. They use toxic chemicals to clean the sink. Are you breathing those chemicals? Things we wash our clothes with. What kind of detergents are you using? And really, the best rule to use is go back to the way they were doing things probably 50 to 100 years ago. If you can find those products, just the basic products. Don't buy a perfumed detergent. Don't buy the lavender scented laundry detergent. It smells good. Don't use dryer sheets. All of these things are toxins. And dryer sheets, I love the smell of dryer sheets, but dryer sheets, the things, the bounty things you put into your dryer to give the clothes the freshness and keep them from sticking together, there's 6 different chemicals in there that are known carcinogens, meaning cause cancer, that we do not need in our bodies. So these are lateral moves. I think we can all live without dryer sheets.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We can make changes. Just get basic detergent when you're washing your dishes. Just getting these things that aren't just enhanced to smell like Yankee candles. How do you think they get them to smell like cinnamon and
my goodness,
lavenders to all these different, those are chemicals in there. The Glade plugins, the thing in the Christmas tree from our rearview mirror, those are all chemicals in there. So we're constantly exposed to this. So if you can just start decreasing that exposure and decreasing that toxic load, now you're going to let your body your liver really work and do what it's designed to do compared to just overbearing it. Okay, so toxins is the last one. And here's the thing. If you can incorporate these into your lifestyle for a lifetime, not a quick fix, not 30 days or 60 days or 6 months, but for a lifetime, and you work, and nobody has to be perfect in these 5 essentials. Okay? We just have to improve on them neurologically, so meaning spinal health, the way we eat, the way we move, exercise-wise, the way we think, stress-wise, and the way we live, toxicity. It's an absolute, it's a guarantee that health will go in this direction. So now we started off with, the body's designed to go here. Well, why did that happen, Dr. Jacks? Because there's so much interference. There's so much of this, and this that people aren't doing correctly that it's destined to happen. So it's destined to happen. So when you can make those changes, I promise you, it's an absolute, it's a law. So everybody's designed to go towards your health will improve. So that's really how you change and turn around your health. And then you have to have faith that that's going to happen.
Right.
So you truly have to believe that my body does know how to get cancer. And we have anywhere between 100 to maybe 1,000 cancer cells inside of our body when your immune system normally, when your immune system is working the way that it should. When we have all this interference there, then that 1,000, the immune system's not working the way that it should. That 1,000 goes up to 100,000. It goes up to 10 million. It goes up to 50 million. Then you're diagnosed with cancer. So your body knows how to heal cancer. The bodies know how to heal heart disease. Whatever the case may be, there is no disease that the body does not know how to heal. But you have to be able to give it that opportunity and remove the interference that will work there. So making change, really being healthy is not difficult. You have to have faith, and you have to take these 5 steps that let that happen. Okay, so hopefully tonight you've gotten something. I'll stay if you have questions specifically about nutrition or anything for that matter. I'll answer any questions you have. But hopefully tonight, one of the things or some of the things that you take from this is that, if you know that your health is going in the wrong direction, you're like, okay, I'm maybe getting 1 out of those 5, the other 4, like, oh my goodness. And I sink down and see a little bit. That's okay. No matter where you're at, it's like, well, Dr. Jacks, I'm just I take 10 different medications, I've been diagnosed with this, that, and the other. There's no hope. Man, no. It doesn't matter who you are. Your body's still designed to be healthy. It doesn't matter where you're at. It's still designed to be healthy. So the thing that I hope you take from tonight is that you take action with this. So for me, just coming up here feeling this, you can get that on TV. You know, you can read a book and those types of things, but taking it here and it's time to put one foot in front of the other. And this is my temple, it's my responsibility. You find your big why of really why you want to change, then you will change. Not for you. And we do reap those benefits from it, from quality of life. We all want to feel good and be able to do the things we want to do. I call that the nursing home, the cruise ship. It's like, which way are you going? You going to the nursing home, or is your lifestyle, are you destined for the cruise ship?
Right.
We all want to be on the cruise ship, but it doesn't happen by accident. So you have to be doing the right things. If you're continuing to do the wrong things, the odds are you're going to be in the nursing home. So, and another thing that you said, when we're talking about, well, we just sort of, people come to the West and they live like this, is, I'll leave you one last thing, that if you're doing the same thing that everyone else around you is doing, you're going in the wrong direction.
Right.
So it's called, a friend of mine calls this sheeple, that it's just, we're just lined up, and it's just, our society is going in the wrong direction of health. So we have over 700,000 people dying from heart disease, 600,000 people from cancer, and on and on. If you're doing the wrong things, you fall into the rule of 5 out of 6. What the rule of 5 out of 6 is a statistic that says, in our society, all the people that die each year, 5 out of 6 will either die from heart disease or cancer. That's 84% of the population. So you have to do something drastically different than people, because in our society, 5 out of 6 people are either dying from heart disease and cancer, terrible diseases. My dad had both. So he was in that statistic because he didn't do those types of things. So you have to do something drastically different. So if you find yourself walking down that same path, you got to start walking out of that path, walking upstream instead of just floating downstream.